Scoop. After an underwhelming ratings performance for Bari Weiss's town hall with Erica Kirk, the CBS news editor-in-chief quietly delayed a planned address to staffers about the network's future, pushing it back to January instead. What happened? Up. I thought she was popping. I thought she was going to get shit popping over at CBS. This is not going to work for us, okay? Anyway, I don't know what the hell happened with this conference, by the way. Oh, she's bringing JD Vance onto CBS. Oh, that's going to be good. Are we still capable of talking to each other? CBS News and the Free Press think so. Introducing Things That Matter, debates, town halls, live audiences, hard questions, debuting in 2026. Brought to you by Bank of America. This is what I was talking about when I tweeted the whole like the anti-woke backlash is here already, but because corporations are so slow to respond to things like this, cultural forces in general, it's gonna lean into deep into 2026. Worst website to post on, but culture is already swinging back to stigmatizing and dunking on the ugly and often violent anti-woke cry-bully behavior that was the MAGA rallying cry. However, corporations lag and will continue their pivot to posturing right deep into 2026. So that is absolutely like the cultural correction against far-right demonstrations is already here. It's not as organized, but the anger and resentment towards that sort of thing is already here. But of course, the likes of Bank of America are not going to move as fast, which is precisely the reason why they're still doing dumb shit like this. Bank of America sponsoring CBS News' right-wing town hall series. They're dunking on Olivia Reingold. My magnum opus, dedicated to all the ideologues of my childhood. The Jewish parents who raised Mamdani voters. When your magnum opus is 1,000 words and probably required 6 15-minute phone interviews. Did you already see this? Jeffrey's on a Barstool podcast. Well, first of all, it's not just any Barstool podcast. This is PFT's podcast, macro dosing. Okay, so it's Hakeem Jeffries on a Barstool podcast. President Trump promised as candidate Trump no more foreign wars, and he's doing the exact opposite.
What is your view on the Trump brinkmanship towards Venezuela?
Yeah, well, I'm not supportive of it at all. I think that this effort potentially to try to trigger regime change is very dangerous. We've seen this happen in other parts of the world, particularly in Iraq. It never works out. And the last thing that we need is another failed war. As a matter of fact, President Trump promised as...
I've got bad news about Braze. It's fine. He explained it. At the time, he was faculty at MIT Media Lab working on what would become online downloadable radio. Epstein's funding was crucial for our work. I only met him 36 times. And he only sucked on Epstein's toes, I think. I mean, he didn't reveal that, but he revealed that to me. And also, he always kept his underwear on whenever he was on the premises. So in all 36 times, he kept his underwear on. So you guys don't have to worry about that stuff if that was what you were worried about. And the socks were on, so it wasn't gay. And he said no homo afterwards. Clearly Woody Allen. Yes, it is Woody Allen, chatters. It's not... That's the joke. Okay.
Candidate Trump, no more foreign wars. And he's doing the exact opposite by potentially triggering one as it relates to Venezuela. I don't support the Maduro regime, but there are bad actors all across the world. And we've got a lot of problems here in this country that we need to resolve in order to make sure that people have the ability to provide for themselves and their families. Far too many people, like literally middle-class people, are struggling to live paycheck to paycheck.
God, he's so hot. God, he's so sexy. He's so charismatic. How did we, as Americans, arrive at such a sexual dynamo as the leader of the opposition? Like, you don't even have to be a Democrat. You can just be a person who wants democracy to thrive. And every day, wake up and think to yourself, thank God Hakeem is leading the charge. That's how I feel, at least. Hakeem is my dad, and he said, shut up. He's my daddy, and I will never shut up. America Fest starts in like 10 minutes, and they brought the tent? No. What the is going on, brother? Oh my God. Oh my God, that's crazy. They brought the tent. Not only did they bring the tent, okay, what I also found somewhat strange was that they are unironically, so Turning Point USA, our first Amerifest without Charlie begins today. Though we feel his absence in every way, what he built will continue here, louder and stronger than ever. Let's make this one count for Charlie. Toilet Paper USA, as you guys know, do these sorts of conferences. But what's crazy about it is that they're also unironically posting the We Are Charlie Kirk song. I guess not, though. I guess technically they're just saying we're all Charlie Kirk is like the rallying cry. I wonder if they're going to. I wonder if they're going to actually do the carry the flame. If they do the carry the flame thing in the opening, because if they do, I will die. Okay. 20 minutes according to their official Rumble link. Oh, you're talking about the Turning Point USA conference. I don't even know if I'll be around for then because we have to do Fear End much earlier today because of Will. But hopefully I'll have some time to take a look at it. Let's take a look at how Fox is covering it, though. Today's Amerifest expected to draw a huge crowd in honor of Charlie Kirk. He carries the flame.
Point. Today is the first day of Turning Point USA's America Fest, which is a 4-day celebration of faith, freedom, and American values. This year, the conference will be, of course, dedicated to the late Charlie Kirk with a speech from his widow, Erica, set to take place later today.
There was no daylight between Charlie and I, so I witnessed everything firsthand, front row seat. Charlie did have a phenomenal way of communicating with the young men of Gen Z and millennials, actually, honestly, every generation, to be quite frank. I view it as a holistic thing. You can't just focus on the female and you can't just focus on the male. There is a beautiful balance of having the two turn into one of you're an American.
Our next guest will also be speaking at AmFest on Saturday. Riley Gaines is the host of the Gaines for Girls podcast, and she joins me now. Riley, good morning to you. It will no doubt be a deeply powerful and moving 4 days. What does it mean to you to be up there and speaking to this crowd on Saturday?
Well, Carly, very good to be with you. I have been through all of the emotions over the past 3 months, like many Americans have, even people who didn't necessarily have a personal relationship with Charlie. I think initially in learning the news that he had been assassinated, of course, it's total disbelief and shock, but then that transforms into grief and being tearful. And then I'm not proud to say it, but it kind of transforms into anger and rage and asking questions like, how could this happen? How are we witnessing people like government employees and healthcare workers and students, even teachers, celebrate this assassination? But I think in the days leading up to America Fest, it's starting today, seeing the discourse online, knowing how many, tens of thousands.
Damn, Riley looks extra bad today. That's crazy, which is unique because like that's kind of her thing, right? Like she's just a whole ass loser in every shape and form, but I don't know what the hell's going on today with her. God damn.
Thousands of people from all across the country are going to be there. I now feel totally optimistic and inspired and hopeful. I've been on about 10 campuses this semester and following Charlie's footsteps. And what I've seen from
She's a mother. They going to come after you. You think I give a that there are Riley Gaines defenders out there? Or did you mean Erica Kirk? Is she pregnant? Is Riley Gaines recently gave childbirth or something? Is that what you're talking about? You've awoken the mama bear. Oh, brother, here we go. Oh, no. Not mama bear. Yeah, she's pathetic and sauceless.
Kids, especially in these high schools, you're talking 15, 16-year-old kids, just the stirring within them to get involved and to live a life like Charlie Kirk did. Really, really powerful. So I can't wait. I'm excited.
What the fuck?
I think it will be heavy, of course. I imagine there will be videos and messages.
There is a YouTube link. Erica will deliver the opening. Oh my God. Associated Press is there. Yo, I swear to God, mainstream media is trying to make this shit happen so bad. Like apparently they were Charlie's biggest fans. I swear they are. They're doing Stan behavior. They're behaving like this is, ICE agents at the exhibition hall. Hi, I'm in the exhibition hall of TPUSA's America Fest. Yes, these are real ICE agents. Yes, that's an HSI recruiting booth. Seems fine. Gross. I cannot believe they brought the actual tent, dude. Also, I mean, clearly it's not the whole actual tent because I feel like there'd be more. I mean, I don't think they cleaned it, you know? It's missing the hats. They are sick people very much dealing with mental illness. How's the tent not submitted into evidence? I mean, I don't know. How is Charlie Kirk's phone not submitted into evidence? They added Charlie pics. Charlie's Prove Me Wrong tent at Turning Point USA. Oh my God. They didn't add. Imagine they add a pic from the day of. That would be insane. It's reminiscent of the Unabomber's cabin in the FBI archives. Yeah, another thing that the government is responsible for, if you know what I mean. Shouts out to the clandestine operators. We're back. The crowd is waiting. There's a massive crowd waiting. Yeah, a lot of young folks in this massive crowd from what I can see. And they're singing the national anthem as they wait for the doors to open at AmeriFest. Was that Lacey? Yeah, dude, phase Lacey, phase up. He's there. No, he said he apologized for voting for Trump, remember? That is so funny. Okay, in my head canon, imagining Lacey being there is pretty funny. This sounds like how I'm currently feeling, constipated and bad. How dare you say that? You're just not a real American patriot. At no point in my life have I ever thought, oh, can't wait to pass the time by singing my favorite song, the national anthem. I genuinely think it's weird and over the top and very performative to be like, oh, this is how much I love America, that I'm singing my favorite song ever, the national anthem. You are such a dork if you do this. It's just so over the top. Congress calls it a day early. House Republicans call early Christmas break before Epstein files release. Republicans in the House have brought their Christmas recess a day forward before the DOJ is scheduled to release a tranche of documents related to the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Ain't no way. That's crazy. According to a floor update released by the Democratic whip, Catherine Clark of Massachusetts, the House will hold its final votes on Thursday afternoon, a change from the GOP's previously announced schedule, which would have seen these taking place on Friday. Under the guidelines of the Epstein Files Transparency Act, signed into law by President Donald Trump on November 19th, Attorney General Pam Bondi had a 30-day deadline to make publicly available all unclassified materials related to Epstein. Newsweek has contacted the DOJ through its website, and House Majority Leader Steve Scalise's D.C. office by phone outside of regular hours for comment. There's no evidence that the early recess stems from a desire to interfere with the release of the files or an indication that the DOJ's deadline could be affected by the altered schedule. However, many online commentators, as well as some Democratic lawmakers, have connected the decision with GOP's leadership's past reluctance to pursue full disclosure around the Epstein case. According to the text of the Epstein bill, Bondi had until Friday to release all materials. And there's a CNN exclusive inside the Justice Department's race to redact some Epstein files before Friday's release deadline. I don't know if the Department of Justice is actually actively trying to redact Epstein connections to Donald Trump, which I'm sure there is a lot of interest from the administration on. But I suspect there's more to it than that. You know what I mean? I suspect that there is more to it, the more that they are seeking to redact than simply just the Trump connections, if you know what I'm saying. But yes, tomorrow is going to be a banger day. It's Jeffrey Epstein release day. We shall see how that goes. I should have Brace on for that. And also Turning Point USA. There is just so much happening in the world. Oh my Lord. Maybe even, Aiden Ross responds to Eric Swalwell. Sellout. Address innocent lives being killed every day in Gaza. Oh shit. Okay, well, he got him on that. I can't lie. I can't believe that this is heartbreaking. Worst guy you know made an absolute banger point. That's crazy. This is the most spectacular of the rarest of rare W's. He switched up. He told Trump how much he loves Israel. Yeah, no, I mean, he realized that he can't maintain an audience full of Nick Fuentes fans while simultaneously being pro-Israel. And he just, from what I understand, he just like leans into the Jewish lawyer memes and shit like that nowadays. But once again, this is the contradiction. Someone like Adin Ross, who has collaborated with neo-Nazis, someone like Adin Ross, who has openly celebrated Donald Trump, tried to get Donald Trump elected. Donald Trump did get elected. Can still turn around and do a "this you" on the average Democratic politician. And the reason why they can do this is because of this, is because the average Democratic politician is incredibly invested in defending Israel. That's it. Even if he's doing this cynically, even if he's doing this completely cynically, under no circumstance do you, his profile pic is him as like the Jewish merchant, greedy merchant meme. Adin recently got an NFL player to almost do an anti-Semitic touchdown celebration. No, that's what this is about. Swalwell came out and criticized it. The Los Angeles Jewish community is on edge after the Bondi Beach massacre. And what does this asshole ASAP Puka do? He promised an anti-Semitic touchdown dance for his Thursday night game. He should apologize or be dropped. Yeah, he was not getting dropped. Let's be real. I mean, it was a stupid thing. It was a stupid thing that he did. And it's one of those things where, like, there is under no circumstance do you do stuff like this. And yes, he got the boss call. Puka did get the boss call. He posted a Stand With Us, Time Out the Hate sponsored message, for the record. And the NFL also released a statement, apparently. Released a statement about the Rams wide receiver, Puka Nacua, who appeared on a controversial live stream with Adin Ross and, among other things, practiced a dance that supported anti-Semitic tropes. Nacua has since apologized. The NFL strongly condemns all forms of discrimination and derogatory behavior directed towards any group or individual. The continuing rise of anti-Semitism must be addressed across the world, and the NFL will continue to stand with our partners in this fight. Hatred has no place in our sport or society. And this was Puka's apology. Stand up to Jewish hate. This blue button you sometimes see, what's his face? Van Jones wear as well. When I appeared the other day on social media live stream, it was suggested to me to perform a specific movement as a part of my next touchdown celebration. At the time, I had no idea this act was anti-Semitic in nature and perpetuated harmful stereotypes against Jewish people. I deeply apologize to anyone who was offended by my actions, as I do not stand for any form of racism, bigotry, or hate of another group of people. A former Israeli diplomat also called it out. But, like, I'm just saying, I think the timing of this was insane, as I called out yesterday. I think that everything's anti-Semitism. No, this is anti-Semitic. Come on, dude. Jesus Christ. Like this is very deliberately doing an anti-Semitic meme. Okay? It's just that the person making him do that is Jewish and leans into it personally. Okay? And the point I was going to make overall is that the gesture is like this 4chan gesture of like the greedy Jewish merchant gesture, okay, where you clasp your hands together. The thing is, however, that like while the institutional stigma associated with numerous forms of bigotry, including anti-Semitism, has kind of withered away as a consequence of this administration's actions, and even people like Adin Ross who played a formative role in this. I think there is still a little bit of motion. There is still a little bit of motion on that front, because like very quickly people were like, especially because of the timing of this, so close to the Bondi Beach massacre. Bondi Beach massacre, they pounced on it.